Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another Three Reasons Why, where you got three intelligent brothers kicking it fresh to you with the knowledge and common sense we got. First up, Common Sense Marcus in the building, straight from my mama, raw, uncut, shooting it from the chest. Next up,
This CDP 209, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Born and raised Stockton, California. Social media and what it do to the kids. Let's go. Where the smoke, this fire.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the 209 Tiger. We're about to jump into the effects of social media on children. Everybody, hope y'all being safe. Stockton, stand up. Let's get it cracking.
yes sir, yes sir. Like my family said, we're gonna talk about the effects of social media on these young ones, good, bad, ugly. I'm gonna kick it off, man. We all dads. How often we just kick it off like this? How often or how many time does y'all kids spend on social media a day?
Since the virus is here?
Oh, just in general, yeah, Corona or pre-Corona. I mean, I'll kick it off first. Too much motherfucking time. My kids spend on that shit. But if
Pre-
I had to break if I had to break it down into like hours, I'd say my little girl probably about like 4 hours. My son probably about like about 4 hours apiece. And that's with me on their helmet. If I'm not on their helmet, shit, they probably on it all day. My
Yeah,
yep. Oh, go ahead.
Pre-corona,
yeah.
it's probably like, man, my kids are older, you know what I'm saying? Teenagers have one. You know what I'm saying? My kids probably pre-corona, probably a quarter of the day. And during corona, man, I don't even think they go to sleep, man. I don't, they on it during school. They on it after school. They on it all night. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, us as parents, gotta get up and go to work or whatever it is we do. We gotta go to sleep. Shit, we can't unless you just take everything with you. You can't stop it. And then if you do, they go into their friend house or something. So it's just like an unstoppable thing, man. Yeah, I know. I'll never forget that when I visited my middle daughter's her middle school, and the teacher told me, "Well, these days we don't believe in homework." I was like, "What? Like hand? They don't believe in homework or handwritten stuff?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Wow, everything is on laptops. Everything social media." Teacher,
Oh,
told me that, I was just shocked.
what? Like they're like emails? Like email me your homework?
They just do everything on the laptop in class, basically.
Oh, damn.
They try their hardest so when the kids go home, they don't have no homework. That's basically what they were telling them. They may have projects to do and stuff like that, but as far as like everyday homework, they do it right there in class. So it's crazy. I wish I would have went to school these days.
I mean, that's how it was when I was a kid. I tried to do my homework in class, but it was with the pencil and paper though.
Yeah, you're right and everything. Your fucking fingers are sore.
Yeah, get that little bump on the little callus on your finger. Like, oh man, I can't use this finger for a couple days.
Uh-huh.
What
Yeah.
about you, Tiger?
Man, I think, yeah, like you said, like, man, before COVID, whenever they have, it's hard because, like, I don't know if that, like, my son plays online games and it's kind of like the same, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's not really social media, but you out there, you know what I mean, hanging out playing a video game. But they are also on like YouTube and whatever. But I think my sons are more on online games, and then I think when they're burnt out on games, maybe they'll play like YouTube or But now my daughter, yeah, I think she likes TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. Maybe, yeah, whenever they have free, maybe like 3 hours, maybe at least. When they were in, like I said before, when they were in school. Now, if it's like summertime or like it right now in COVID, yeah, I mean, this, woo, they all know. I know, like I said, especially with me working 12 hours, I could imagine they're probably like Nobody's home. Like, so somebody comes home, we're gonna be on.
See, as y'all see, the three of us all dads, we got what, 4 hours, and shoot, damn near the kids don't sleep out there in Vegas. So as you know, social media is a big impact on our kids' lives, on our lives as well, but on our kids' lives. That's why we thought we talk about it. I'm gonna kick this thing off. Do y'all think social media has positivity in it for our kids? Any kind of positivity?
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse. Like I said, the positive things, everything is, what I'm saying, what do you call it? Technology is always progressing every day. So it's keeping them sharp with the times. A lot more stuff, a lot more things. There's a lot of things that you could accomplish, and there's a lot more things that you could do with technology. And I think that's kind of like the positive thing, because there's a lot more things you could do and get accomplished all from a little device. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hopping in your car, going across town to do this. Hopping in your or for kids, catching the bus to go do this. Catching the bus to go do that. Go, you know what I'm saying? You could just, everything right there in the palm of your hand. It's the same for the adults too. But at the end of the day, it's also the curse. It mentally makes you lazy, It kind of like it mentally you miss out on the joy of accomplishing something. You know what I mean? All the struggle that you had to put in to do this, all the effort that you had to put in to do whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. The ups and downs, all the emotional roller coasters that you go through to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You miss out on that, you know what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is pressing a button and boom, it's done. Like the example, I used to have to grade cheese a lot. I just remember that all the time. I used to grade cheese with a big ass bowl and a cheese grater, by hand, and now you just go buy it shredded. You know what I'm saying? That relates to a lot of things in life. You just have to build stuff, make stuff to get something done or to accomplish something. Now you can just go, it's already bagged up and ready for you to go. Like kids these days, like 15, I couldn't wait to get into driver's school. You know what I'm saying? So I could get my permit and get my license and be rolling. Now you got Uber, now you got Lyft. Everything and their mama could get delivered to your house now. There's no, even you could buy a fucking car online and it get delivered to your house. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that joy of accomplishment is gone. Get your first car, get your driver's license. The joy of that is gone. They even got shoes that tie themselves, that tighten, press a button. You don't even got to learn how to, kids don't even know how to tie their shoes, what I'm saying? Don't even want to. My point is, they don't even have the need or want to get their driver's license, tie their shoes, or make a thing of Kool-Aid. Like, get the Kool-Aid packs. Nah, anybody worried about that. You know what I'm saying? You got the little thing that you pour in there, pour water, there you go. Yeah, just all the joy is gone. All the emotion to it, all the feeling of accomplishing something is gone. That's why when kids have something, they don't really appreciate it as much as we did when we were kids.
Reach.
Especially when it's something they want. Especially when it's something they want, they get it. They don't really appreciate it because they didn't have to go through nothing to get it. You know what I mean? I had to cut grass, not just my house, grandma's house, my house, wash cars, my mom's car, go drive to the east side, wash my grandma's car, grandfather's truck, Jocelyn's truck, if she, my auntie. If she was home, I'd wash hers, you know what I'm saying? Don't let her have no company, because I'll probably end up washing theirs too. Just had to do something. What I wanted probably didn't, the price value didn't add up to what I did, but I did something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's just all that's gone. Like, Just press a button, you got it.
Now we definitely are more like instant society, like a hurry up and give it to me now type of society. But Tiger, you see any positive impacts for your kids in social media?
I think I think the positive is like, just interacting with, because they, you interact with friends or whatever, you know what I mean? Just like anything else like that, you know what I mean? Stuff I do on social media, like, yeah, whatever. The downside, it's a lot of downside, sometimes you have to worry about like,
Well, hold on. Before you get to the downside, hold on. Let me just speak on the positive because there's a lot of downside. So hold on. On the positive, I'm with you, Tiger. Like for my son, like let's say my son likes blue hair and yellow balloons. Well, with the social media, there's gonna be somebody else out there that likes blue hair and yellow balloons. He might be in Japan or South America or something. So it connects a lot of similar interests. Like you don't feel like you're alone no more. Like I remember when I was growing up, like and still to this day, I like anime. But I was like one of the only people in my circle that liked anime. Everybody else be like, "Oh, look at this dude, anime." Well, now my son's in like 3 anime clubs online, so it connects a lot of people on a positivity. But there's all and also like I said, it might help with like social norms as far as like communicating or keeping up
yeah,
with the trends.
I would say that if you got family that's out of town, you know what I mean? And you see, they're posting pictures or, things like that. You could see stuff like that on Facebook or something. You know what I mean? Like keep in touch with, long distance family.
But yeah, there's definitely negatives. I'll let you pick it back up, Tiger, with the negatives because there's a lot of negatives. Go ahead.
There's a lot of negatives, but maybe like I said, let me just touch on maybe one or two. Some of the big negatives I see is the breaking up of like tradition and family orientated stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Because everybody's so busy so busy worried about posting or looking at the phone or things of that nature. Because even myself, I get guilty sometimes to be like, we could be somewhere and I'll be like, hold on, let me check the score right here real quick. Like, oh, like let me see. Oh, someone sent me a picture message. Let me see it's like just real quick. It could be just real quick, but still, you know what I mean? It's like I'm over here on the phone. It's just like for the younger, it's like, okay, you don't really see like children learning like family recipe from moms like that no more. You know what I mean? Because like CDP said, it's like you could just, push a button, get whatever, whatever, or they got some easy fix to it or some easy prep to it. That and and like I said, in religion, you see like less families that are like orientated in religion. Now it's more or less like the family just kind of does their own thing. Um, because in social media, they be getting messages of like, oh, this and that, or this ain't true, and people will believe what somebody says on social media more than their own parents. Like, if you like, oh, the sky is blue or whatever, we're like, nah, well, uh, Kyrie Irving says it's neon green, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, well, Kyrie Irving, but they'll believe more of what the person on social media is saying, not knowing, that's a fake life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because kids are easily fooled, they're easily duped. Like maybe like depression, because sometimes you think like, you don't want your children to get wrapped up thinking like, man, look how somebody else got it, and they got it like that. You know what I mean? I've been at parties with people and seen on like my Instagram or Snapchat later, the party that we was at that was dead as hell look cracking as fuck. Like, damn, was we at the same party? I don't even remember that. But that quick 10-second, 15-second video that someone put out made it look like cracking masked the fact that wasn't nothing going on. It was just like a little regular, kickback.
Right. Yeah. Now for real quick, shout out to Myrell or whatever on parenting. I'm gonna give a little shout out on this thing. I was reading the article. As far as negatives, they got me on this new term, FOMO or something like that. Fear of missing out. like, you got to keep up with your friends. You got to keep up with them. Oh, you didn't get that latest Snapchat. Oh, now you not up on game, and it's sad because, dude, I tell my son to take out the trash. He take out the trash like this. All right, Dad, taking out the trash, Dad. Man, put the motherfucking phone down. If God needed you to have a phone, He would have put one on your body. Like this dude walks around with his phone all the time. I told my wife he's on. I ain't gonna say his age, but he's under 10. Nigga under 10 ain't going nowhere. You don't need no phone. But now that he got that phone, he on that thing all the time. So that's a negative, just sapping the energy out of him. The fear of missing out. Another negative is, dude, for all these positives where you can connect with people, there's a lot of sick motherfuckers out there trying to connect with kids, trying to be like 18 or 15, pretending, you know what I'm saying? These pedophile mofos. So that's a big negative for me because I don't know who's on the other line. It could be little Sarah, who's 8 years old, that likes to play Call of Duty too. Or it could be Jonathan, 48, sitting there with no shirt on, looking at the camera and shit. There's a lot of sick individuals out there. Also, another negative is, for me, my kids don't want to go outside. They'll look at the phone and be like, oh, yes, it's 92. I'm cool, Daddy. You got to tell me what 92 feels like. Just don't show me on the phone it's 92. Get your ass outside, sweat a little bit. So that's a big negative for me. They just like, yeah. My other day, my daughter was like, the win factor. I was like, you don't even know how to spell factor. Get the fuck out of here. The win factor.
Then when they go outside, they'll find somewhere to sit with their phone doing the same thing and finish whatever they're watching. And I don't know what they think, but I think they be thinking like, well, I think I've been out here long enough.
Yeah.
Right back inside. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
But it is though. It's like you don't want to miss out on none, you know. Yeah. Like I said, when I go on break from work, sometimes you know what I mean. After the urinal, I pull my phone out and like, you know what I mean? Did anybody call me? Did anybody text? You know what I mean? Like, is everything okay? Like, all right, cool, you know. And then like, go to break.
Come over. You ever have company come over? They sit down. You know, this company, your good friend, whatever, and they sit down next to each other on the couch, and they both like looking down at their phones.
Yeah. Me and my brother-in-law do that a lot. Shout out to Chaplin.
Like, what the hell y'all come over for? Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? Like, what the hell you come over for? You could have stayed home and did this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
But also, another thing about it is the social media, the internet is molding and shaping our kids' minds. Because right now, our kids is like a lump of clay, and it's just molding and shaping us. It's shaping the kids. It's taking away the parent. You know what I'm saying? Social media is basically saying to the parents, thanks for physically having the kid. Now you can get the fuck on. I got it from here. That's what social media is saying. And you know what I'm saying? It's shaping and molding them to what they want to think, be, and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll give it up to this generation. I don't know if it's X, Y, Z. I don't know what generation it is, but anybody under 18, I'll give it up to them because as a whole, I think the social media like affected them to be the most woke. You know what I'm saying? The most like, hey, I know what's going on in Minnesota. George Floyd got popped, or Trump is this, or China won war, whatever. The most awoke. But saying that, going back to like Tiger said, it's like the most manipulated as well, though. Like, it's so much easier to have somebody believe a lie than it is the truth. So while they woke, half of the stuff they woke on is like, come on, man, use that common sense. That shit don't make sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know World War III gonna happen. Says who? TikTok? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I get a lot of uncut filter from TikTok, but I use my discernment or my own education to be like, bullshit. But kids gonna be like, oh no, 40,000 followers, it must be true. It must be. And that's another negative thing too, is like these kids want to start these YouTube channels like us. Shout out to the YouTube channel. But if this shit makes it or breaks it, it ain't got no sweat on my back. But I know the little kids put all their little heart soul into it and got 8 views. Now they depressed because nobody want to watch their shit. Man, go
Yeah.
outside and play, man. Don't worry about the next man trying to follow you or you follow them. So I just say, like, shout out to them for being woke, but be careful, man. Where there's information, half of that or more than half of that's gonna be bullshit. So I'm just saying, be careful. That's a double-edged sword as far as the wokeness.
Also, you can relate to being on the social media and stuff all day. You can relate that to being a person being sleep. You know what I'm saying? You sleep, you miss that, you miss everything, right? You wake up, everybody, oh, you missed this, you missed, oh man, while you were asleep, you know what I'm saying? It relates to the same thing, you know what I'm saying? They eventually turn off that laptop, cell phone, whatever it is, they turn it off, and life is gonna be like, oh man, you missed it. Just like that person saying to the person that missed whatever happened when they were asleep. That's what life is gonna say to the young generation about things that could go out or that they gonna have to go out and accomplish in life. You know what I'm saying? They gonna miss out because they in here sleep. They learned that, and also I don't get I probably do it myself. Uh, you're wasting your time celebrating everybody else's accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? You're draining a lot of time looking at everybody else's accomplished, what they accomplished, what they got. You know what I'm saying? What about yours? You know what I'm saying? They don't think about that. Like, what about you? Get somebody putting the camera in your face and you showing what you accomplished.
Yeah,
Also,
Not just looking at everybody else accomplishing things and doing things. Celebrate something that you accomplished. They don't that don't even cross their mind. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Speaking of that, real quick, Tiger. What you touched on with that Snapchat party thing, what you touching on, CP? A lot of kids or a lot of people in general have their Facebook life or their internet life. Like, oh yeah, look at me, man, I'm doing good. Camera go off, motherfucker in the studio. Ain't got no toilet paper to wipe his ass. But for that 2 minute video or whatever, he living a dream. He living a great life. And a lot of these kids, like you said, seeing that, or a lot of these people seeing that and be like, oh man, I wish I had X, Y, and Z, not knowing the real deal. A lot of people whole life revolves around social media. And that's sad. And one other thing I want to tell you before you touch on Tiger is that, man, with TikTok in general, there's a lot of TikTok dances or whatever. These little girls are growing up too motherfucking fast. My daughter asked me like 2 weeks ago, what's a WAP? I walked away from her. Like, what the fuck? I can't answer that. I ain't gonna answer that. I was just like, get off TikTok is all I had to say, and I walked out the room. These motherfucking girls are growing up too motherfucking fast. Stop doing those dances. Stop being on there with no bra, man. Have some motherfucking common sense. A dude gonna take advantage of you if you let him take advantage of you. He gonna want you if you look like a Saudi Arabian girl with you got everything covered up but your eyes. He gonna still want you, regardless. Don't grow up too fast. It's real ugly. Go ahead, Tiger. My fault.
yeah, I was gonna say, and it's also teaching the children to not get the whole story on things. Like when you're watching 30-second, 1 minute videos, you know what I mean? It's a lot of headline grabbing, and I think now this era is all about. Even myself, sometimes I won't fully read it. I look at the thing like, oh, whatever, man. Let me send this out to everybody. Like, this shit is crazy. They gotta see this, and then be like, whatever. Be like, oh shit, this article was like a year ago, and I would have noticed that if I would have read all the way through. But it's just like that in general. Will someone be like you said, it could be a video about the president or the guy running against the president, a 40-second video, and someone could see that 40-second video and have their whole mind made up on whatever the person's life is. Like, oh man, look at this guy. He's a scumbag. He did this, he did that. And it's like, well, how do you know? Instagram, TikTok, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's not about being right no more. It's about being first. If I'm the first one to get it out, you gonna believe me over the next dude. Like I was there first. You ain't gotta be
But
right.
Even if
yeah,
somebody
yeah,
later and say that shit was a lie, they're still gonna believe the guy who came out first.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Like no matter what, like it's just about knowing, like Marcus said, being first, and then letting everybody know first, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, I knew before everybody. I let everybody else know. Like that's it, and you got people who just live off that, like, whatever. Like sometimes, like if I'm on break from work and I'm on the phone or trying to get reception because it's hella hard to get reception at my job, like whatever, and something comes up, I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy. I'll tell everybody or whatever. But there's people who just do that nonstop, those bloggers or whatever, and like that's their job. But people follow them and really believe, they're just putting stuff out. It never tells you in the end was it true or not. It's just like the story of Odell Beckham Jr. recently. Like he likes girls to poop on his chest or whatever. The headline broke and took off to where sports media was talking about it. And well, I don't even know if he denied it or not. That's another issue. But the thing is like people's minds is made up off some girl. You know what I mean? Some woman. Like who is she? Like, oh, she's some known woman who sleeps around with people. So it's like they just believe whatever she says. Like,
or he probably messed with her just that one time, and just that one time he asked her to do that shit. Now he likes to do it all the time.
Or she pissed off because she didn't get no money or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is. I'll give you another example. Our great governor out here in California, Newsom. Yeah, right, on that great part. But that dude came out with something the other day talking about he want no gas cars by year 2035. Everybody was like, oh, no gas cars. Oh, man, you read the article. You actually break that shit down, read the article. That shit's impossible. How you going to have no gas cars in California? First of all, you ain't going to be able to stop people from going to Nevada and buying a gas car and bringing it back. Second of all, you ain't got the infrastructure for that. Third of all, the next government can come in and be like, man, fuck that idea. We going back to gas cars. But the fact that he put that out first, everybody's like, hey, we ain't going to have no gas cars in 15 years. Wake up, man. Use that sense, man. Gas is big business. They ain't going to let that shit stop. You tripping.
I say like down south, and my personal experience in Portland, Oregon, that you can get fined or something. But basically, you get the police to say something to you if they catch you pumping your gas out there. They actually got jobs like at gas stations for people to stand out there and pump gas.
Yeah, it's illegal.
So a lot of jobs are gonna be missed. You know what I'm saying? That's shocking about Portland though, because it's just above California. I didn't think that. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be with people and stop at the gas station. I'll get out and pump whatever. They be, what are you doing? Like, I'm about to go pump the gas. Oh, we don't do that. Like serious though. Like, you can't put no gas out here. You get a ticket or something, or fine, or you go to jail, something like that. But that's crazy. And also the agriculture, the farmers and stuff with the tractors and shit. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do about getting them gas? Is gasoline gonna be available still or what? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to what Tiger was saying. Like, you see that headline, you're like, oh shit, the headline. But you start reading the article, you see so many damn holes in this thing, and that's what's wrong. Like, as an adult, I had to sit through all the bullshit. These kids, they just get that clickbait and be like, boom, boom, boom. And they take that and they run with that like it's God sent. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it's God sent. Little Billy got a Tesla. Nah, nigga, little Billy's in front of a Tesla, took a picture. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gets it out first, it's like automatic truth. That's why that social media, like I said, my kids spend at least 4 hours a day on it. And that could be bad parenting, that could be the way of the future, whatever. But I gotta constantly battle them to be like, man, put that shit down, man. That shit ain't gonna tell you nothing that I haven't told you already. It ain't gonna help you in life. Not unless you're gonna be an influencer. But being an influencer is like being an NBA star. You got a very slim chance of being an influencer out here. You know what I'm saying? But they take that shit to heart. Or if their favorite follower, says, I'm going to do coke. Now you got kids out there like, oh, coke might be a good idea to do. And just, like, for me and my parenting skills, I let social media have too much impact on my kids. I'm just speaking real. Like I gotta constantly put those fires out. Like, hey, calm down over there. Like I told you with the WAP. Like, hey, calm down with that WAP. So it definitely got a hold on them. But man, it's just the other thing I want to say about social media is a lot of this shit is controlled. So like you were saying, CP, they molding them the way they want them to mold. They directed them the way they want to direct, and it's just sad, man. It just sad. I ain't got no solutions to stop it, but it just as we both know, the mainstream media is controlled. So how the fuck you don't think social media ain't gonna be controlled?
Yeah, I watched that movie, The Social Dilemma, and like I didn't want to rip off too much from that movie, but it kind of breaks down like a lot of the ways like they use you to grow their base or whatever. You know what I mean? And how they're using how they're using the kids, how they're using everybody. You know, it just kind of breaks that down. That's a good movie to check out. Um, but yeah, like I said, man, it's hard because it's like, you know, now children are so plugged into internet and social media. It's like if you unplug them, it's like going back into the ice age. You know, it's like, man, they have to learn how to live again.
And also, it's like this. I use this example a lot. Like, say you got a mountain that goes above the clouds, and up above the clouds, you see a lot of lighting, like flickering. You can't see it because it's above the clouds, but there's a lot of flickering going on. You know what I'm saying? A regular person goes up there, comes back down, tells a crowd of people, "Oh, that's just thunder and lightning." Then you got Lil Wayne goes up there, comes back down, and say, "Oh, that's aliens up there having a party." The crowd gonna go with Lil Wayne instead of the regular person that told the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's how programmed they are. Everybody gonna believe Lil Wayne, and like everybody out of the million people gonna believe Lil Wayne, except like probably 100,000 of the million
Well,
is gonna believe a regular person. You know what I'm saying? Just
because also it saves people time from having to do research.
and plus Lil Wayne is more cooler. He's more the cool guy.
Right.
They worship him. He's an idol. You know what I'm saying? It's like we worship statues. We worship our kids, and some grown folks worship Lil Wayne, so he'll never lie to us. He'll always tell the truth. This regular guy over here, who the fuck is he? Fuck him.
Right.
Or what Lil Wayne say. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is in life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys ever told your kids something, and then they're like, whatever, blow you off. But then one of their friends tell them, and they run back in the house. Oh my God! Blah, 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 blah. And you looking at your kid like, motherfucker, I just told you that 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? It's
And they arguing with you like, no, you didn't.
yeah.
Like I heard it right here. I'm telling you.
Uh-huh. Or you tell them something that's gonna happen, then when it happens, you know, they don't come to you like you were right. They just give you that look like, don't even say I told you so. Don't even say it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a silent agreement, like you were right. You know what I mean? But just like it got some major effect on music too, on the creativity of music. Social media has a major effect because like take the 90s for example, that's like a classic 10 years for music, R&B, rap, even rock, you know what I'm saying? And country, you know, all music genres. All the as far as creativity wise, like because you didn't have no internet. Like that's when the BET shows and stuff were big because only time you seen your favorite artist was on a video that you've seen probably a million of times. You know what I'm saying? Or you read it in the Source magazine or it's whatever other magazine. So when a show came out, you're kind of excited because you get to see your artist perform. You know what I'm saying? That's from a Sam point of view.
But I guess that's a double edged.
You can eat breakfast with your favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you can follow them all day. Now, from the creativity side of social media, like the artists, like in the '90s, you know, you had Outkast, you know, Wu-Tang, you had Death Row, 40 Water, all them, Texas. You had Scarface down south. You had what's the name? What's the name? 2 Live Crew. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy. All them. Chicago. Common Sense. Just everybody had their own. Seattle, Sir Mix-a-Lot. Everybody had their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have social media. You couldn't get online and see what everybody else was doing. All you knew was what around you. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all you knew what to write about, sing about, whatever, is what you seen with your own eyes. And then to put it out, you had to be confident with that shit. You had to be confident in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there was a lot of like corporate like hoops you gotta jump through to get through the music industry. That's why I say I'll give it to social media now. Like if you like to play like the what is that thing that a lot of kids like the ukulele and you like to sing like off pitch songs, like a lot of people will see that and be like, oh, I like this too. So I'll give YouTube and like TikTok, Facebook. They got a lot of unknown artists easier to make it famous because of those reasons. Because the world's smaller, we're all connected. You don't gotta jump these corporate hoops. You don't gotta sell your soul to the Jewish masters or whatever like they had to do in the 90s. There's a lot more like direct to consumer type of stuff.
You had to be confident in what you had to do, what you were speaking on. You had to be confident, and all you knew was you. There was no way you could bite. Now with the social media, you can look on there and see who winning all the Grammys and what they're doing and how they're doing it, how they're addressing it. The next person, instead of going with the idea that he had, he gonna take the easy route and say he winning Grammys and shit doing this. Shit, I could do that shit better than him. So there you go. He gonna switch his style up, even though he don't like it. He gonna do it because that's what's up top right now. That's what the people want right now. So he's gonna do it. That's why when you listen to the radio, every song sounds the same. with a slower beat, faster beat. You know what I'm saying? It's all talking about the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got any advice for the parents or the kids out there that might be listening to this, like on the social media? I mean, obviously there's positive and negative for social media. Y'all got any advice or anything? I'll go ahead and kick it off while y'all think about it or whatever. Look, if you over 10, use that common sense that God gave you, that your parents gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of decipher. I know you're getting a lot of shit thrown at you like spaghetti. Some of it's gonna stick, some of it ain't. Just try to sift through it. Just be cautious. And to the kids that are under 10 on social media, stop making motherfuckers rich, opening up presents and gifts in front of them. Man, go outside and play. Go get your own toy. Play with your own damn toy. Stop watching somebody unwrap a toy. Be like, oh yeah, look at this action figure. Buy that shit yourself, man. That shit drive me crazy. That's my advice, real quick. I don't know if y'all got any advice.
Not for me. It's just like I said before we get about. My advice is just spend more time with your kids when you can. I mean, try to make more memories. Make adventures because you ain't gonna fight the phones, the social medias, and win. That's just gonna build a divide. You ain't gonna grow no type of like. I seen someone where they're like, we're gonna take the phones and put them in a lockbox and whatever. Fuck that. You know what I mean?
The phone then?
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like why are parents buying kids phones and then complaining about them being on them? That's it. Either if you have such a problem with your child being on the phone or being on social media, then don't give them the device. If you give them the device, what the hell you want them to do with it? Plus, I can't say much because I'm on my old phone a lot. So, that's part of why I half watched The Social Dilemma. I love my phone too much. I was like, so, but no, like I said, in all honesty, I mean, that's it. Like I said, just do what you can while you have the opportunity because, trying to go to war with your kids is like that. That's just the dawn of this is just the era we live in now, especially in these virus times where everything is online. You know what I mean? So that's just it. Just do what you can. Try to keep your village together. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make sure your traditions get passed down. I mean, family recipes, holidays. You know what I mean? If there's something that you guys do every Christmas, keep the get-togethers going on. You know what I'm saying? Keep visiting family. You know, even even if your child is on the phone 75% of the time, well, there's still 25% that that they connected with family, because like I said, that's just the way things are. You know what I mean? None of us like it. You know what I mean? I don't like my young sons and daughters wanting phones, but that's just what it is. I mean, I don't mean they're gonna get it, but that's just the way it is. Where everybody's, I remember if you had a phone in high school or a beeper or something, like, you was doing it, you was the man. Now it's like you got to have that while you in middle school.
Some elementary schools, in my case, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like that elementary school, that's when the itch starts. And the itch only grows until you're kind of forced, because it's like, well, if you do this, and they'll go do it. They'll do whatever just to get the phone. Like, my son wants the phone. He can't call. I mean, who's he gonna call? You know what I mean? Everything he wants is probably the same things he can do on this laptop or anything else. But he don't want that. It's like the phone, just the optics of it. Like, you have a phone, it ain't gonna have no service. You're gonna have to be somewhere with the Wi-Fi to use it. But it's just, you just want that same $1,000 phone that whoever has.
Right, right. Now, for me, like I said, it's just like I said, try your best. Like Tiger said, try your best to get in there with your kids, your family. Uh, like I told you, like, just be careful on the information. They gonna constantly pump information, constantly try to sell you clothes or toys or whatever. That shit don't last, man. Just believe in what your parents tell you, your grandparents. Breathe the fucking fresh air sometimes. Put the phone down at least once a day. Put the phone down. And to all you kids out there, including my kids, if you gonna text, stop breaking words down. That's a big rule I got with my son. Stop putting like IDK for I don't know. Spell that whole shit out. Stop being fucking lazy. I got my kid hitting that what's that little record button? Like, hey dad, can you pick me? No, fuck you. I ain't picking you up shit. Motherfucker, type all that shit out. That's my advice. Type that all out. You already lazy because you got a phone. Type it all the way out, man. Have proper grammar at least. Do your best on that. That's my thing. You ain't gonna stop this wave. Like Tiger said, the wave is here. It's crashing. It's gonna continue to get harder. So just try to sift through the shit as much as you can. Common sense markers out, man. Y'all be safe.
My thing is, the advice I could give is, best thing is to turn everything off. You know what I'm saying? Turn everything off and look up and realize where you're at. Only way you're gonna be able to think through your soul and with your mind clearly is to turn everything off. You know what I'm saying? That's the best advice I could give. Turn everything off every once in a while so you can see where you're at, see where everything is at, see where everything's at around you, who you around, who you hanging around. Just turn everything off. Take a step back and just look. You know what I mean? That's
And
all.
just
A little shout out to Xfinity too. We got Xfinity Wi-Fi. A little tip to the family. You could block individual people's Wi-Fi. So the other day, don't tell my son, we blocked his Wi-Fi. He came out the room like, something's wrong with the power. I was like, oh, I'm failing my son. I was like, your lights are working, motherfucker. Something wrong with your Wi-Fi, not the power. So you know what I'm saying? A little tip, you can turn the Wi-Fi off individually if you got Xfinity. But yeah, man, I mean, as you know, social media is here. It affects us just like it affects our kids. Like I told you that FOMO, fear of missing out, that's a real motherfucking thing. Y'all be careful out there, man. You know what I'm saying? These kids, they looking up to us, looking up to society, and social media just another part of that. So, set your rules down early, set them often. That's all I can say.
I think they kind of looking at social media though. They looking up to us to pay that bill.
That is
yeah.
true.
You walking by, you better get your ass up from work. Gotta pay this Wi-Fi bill, goddammit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, that's the thing, man. Just everybody, yeah, just spend time with your kids, live life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a high-powered offense. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop it. You only could hope to slow it down and try to contain it. So, just try to manage it. Just while you're doing that, show your kids there is more to life, but than the phone. So at least they got something to build off of, and keep your family values. 209 Tiger, I'm out.
Yeah. Hit us up at 3 reasons, the number 3 reasons 2020 at gmail.com for any merch, any comments. Just hit us up on there. Let us know what's going on. And then show us some love at the Cash App at $CDP209. But yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna do a contest, man. If you smash and like this video and put down a funny story of your kid or your social experience, I'm gonna pick somebody. You can get a free T-shirt. 3 reasons why, man. Support us. You can get a free T-shirt if I like your funny story that you said about you or your kids' social media. But you gotta comment, you gotta like, spread the word, man. I'm gonna pick somebody at random, get you a free T-shirt. Put in what color you want to. Common Sense and Marcus out. 3 reasons why we in the building.
Yes, sir. Turn the Wi-Fi off. Turn the enjoy. Make some memories to enjoy. Don't come back from summer school like, well, what'd you do this summer? Nothing.
I did that WAP dance.
Ah, man.
All right, we out, man. Y'all be good. We out.
She going through a divorce, so I don't know if it's that good.
Yeah, I don't know.